Here's where it all started. How my involvement with Unpaid Intern even started. 2 nights before Unpaid Intern, I get a Discord DM from Ludwig saying, hey, do you want to be on Unpaid Intern? And I'm like, dude, it's in 2 days. And I had I had to hang out with my friend on Sunday because my real life friend. So I said no. I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I'll never cancel plans if I have them already with my real friend. So I say no. And then he was like, okay, that's fine. But it would be awesome for you to come. He was like, I'll sweeten the pot. I will fly you out first class. And listen, I'm Indian. I've never flown first class in my life. When I visited Austin, Texas, they put me in 36D. Okay, Spirit Airlines. So I was like, okay, yeah, fine, first class. But I have to be back no matter what, Sunday morning. So this is what happened. He flew me in this thing called JetBlue Mint. You get your own apartment on the plane, basically. You have a door that closes, okay? So I'm looking like a fucking total pussy because I sit in my seat and all these elderly people walk by me. All of these, like, people with babies, they're walking by me, and the stewardess is like, would you like champagne, sir? Please, would you mind if I blow you? Would you like a quick, sir? And all of these people struggling, and I'm just sitting there, and let me tell you, that guilt lasted 2 seconds, because guess what? Champagne on a plane? Give me a break. So I did a video to show you guys what it looked like. So here's my seat, insane amount of leg room. It was crazy because the seat can go back and it came with this tufted needle like pillow and blanket, which was so over the top. Also they had these buttons where the seat could fully recline, which was crazy. So you could like individually choose the leg rest to be up. Then they came with this menu, and it wasn't like an ordinary airline menu. It actually came with some insanely fancy restaurant items like burrata, and the one that stood out the most was steak. Now, I don't even know how they can prepare steak on the plane, but I just had to order it. So of course I ordered, I think, the burrata, steak, and then I forget something else. But it all came and looked incredible. But yeah, so overall, the airplane was unbelievable, and now that's my expectation. I landed at night, so like 2 or 3 a.m. And the Unpaid Intern shoot was next morning. Boom, straight to Unpaid Intern. It's literally the best group of people ever. Wubby, Austin Show, Emily, Stans is just so funny. Bill, the Uber driver, was so funny. But holy shit, was the shoot so long. It took I'm not even kidding you, it was like 9 hours. But it wasn't a day of work, because you can't even put that shit on me, because I actually had a real job. But it was like sitting, waiting, your turn to go. Boom! You're on camera for probably like 15 minutes. And then you wait for a few hours. So it's exhausting. It was tiring just doing nothing, like playing with the toys and the props. But anyway, so the whole shoot ended, and my goal was just to not win, just to be funny and try to have fun, which was amazing because that was kind of a good vibe. So that shoot ended, and then I literally got into the flight. So I was in LA for like 10 hours. So I checked in for my next flight while I was landing on my first flight. It was so depressing. So I went back to New York, a red eye, landed at 4 a.m., got home at 7, got breakfast with my friend, went to sleep, woke up at 10 p.m. and streamed. So that whole week, I was so tired, and I couldn't tell you guys why. That was the week Elden Ring started. Okay, by the way. Started the fucking Elden Ring after spending so much fucking time with Ludwig already. I mean, we're like 2 guys. We fight. We get sick of each other sometimes. Did an Elden Ring stream for 4 days or whatever. And then go back to Unpaid Intern. And then it was so fun, but this time I had an extra day. And so we did the whole thing. And then I have some big drama. There's this whole drama about my Uber rating.
The little fucker lied to us. The little fucker, he made a joke earlier during the reacting section where he was like, yeah, I have a 3.2 after he made fun of Kyoki. He does it. He's in the 4s. He's got like a 4.6. It's normal.
No. You want to know some secret? I have the highest Uber rating. I have a 4.99. Not only did I have the less, I had the highest one. Why did I lie? Because to be really open with you guys, I will always do the try to be the funniest thing, even if I lose. I didn't want to win. I think it's better to lie because it makes it more interesting.
He was lying the whole time. And you know what? He didn't tell me. He didn't tell Ludwig. He didn't tell anyone. We went to basketball. He had to get it off his chest. He told Rochelle. It is a great bit, but in the moment, we all thought he was being honest, and we're like, holy shit.
That's why I lie all the time on stream. You think this is what I'm like in real life? No, of course not. Of course not. I'm cool. I'm chill. But anyway, what was cut out of the unpaid intern was on the first task. I brought every single cup of water into the car. I was the only contestant where we just got his table of water. Every single cup of water, I just piled it in there. I didn't give a fuck. I knew and I wanted to transport as much as possible. Didn't even care about spilling. Now, this is somebody's car. But I was like, it's gonna be so much funnier if I just shove everything in there. And I'm telling you, I wish the full Drive with Bill came out. He is so funny. The Uber driver who's an actor. So like there was this bit that I wish the edit captured where he kept reaching back and drinking my water. Like I would be like doing something like doing this and he kept drinking my water. He's like, dude, I'm thirsty. Like I'm just so thirsty. He drank like 7 cups of water. The rapport we had was right off the bat, we were enemies. And there were so many times where Bill tried to keep a straight face and just completely broke. There's that clip where he talks about his ex-wife that broke up with him. And I said, maybe a glass of water could help the relationship. That was a really long, like, I kept bringing up Denise. Like, maybe you drank too much of her water. Maybe it was your driving that was erratic. Maybe you could have won her back. That was an ongoing bit. The second one was all this, what was it? The art. One thing that they cut out of the art one that was important was I gave Stans a Red Bull and I said, chug this Red Bull right now. I need the can. Because Red Bull's a sponsor, they don't want people to chug their energy drink. So that had to be cut. So that's what I said. The whole premise of my art, which was cut completely, was it was Red Bull sponsored and Ludwig by obligation would have to choose the Red Bull one. And then I added all these things as well so that he would get canceled if he doesn't choose mine, right? I kind of got robbed on that one. And then third task was, oh yeah, the button one. I asked Stans after, you know how much each of them weighed? Like 200 pounds. And when I walked in, one of the buttons was broken and Stans literally turned to me and said, don't worry about it. That's because of something that happened. Now, when I was sitting there watching the edit, it was because these fucking bozos were tipping it over. I didn't want to break it completely, but I guess, you know, Austin and Wubby don't give a fuck. Then there was the extra task, which was the Uber, which I threw on purpose. And then there was the other one that was stacking, which was so funny. First of all, I think Wubby is one of the funniest guys ever. But where Wubby was sitting, he couldn't see the pile. My strat was I was told not to talk and show him items. So when I would pick up an item, I wasn't saying this is the one. I would say, is this okay, Wubby? So I kept cycling through items so I would keep picking up the stuff in the back. So I picked up an item, which was a fucking helmet. And Wubby said, whatever you're holding. What the fuck? And then the funniest stuff ever was Emily stood up and some people cared after this most scuffed ass scoring, which is hysterical. And I really was thinking of tweeting something to just, you know, I'm a piece of shit, you know? I want to tweet something of like, Wubby, he lost me the game. Emily also cheated. But I think there's too many people who don't know me. I don't want another, you know, jinxie situation on my hand. But one thing that I left out was when I landed in LA, Ludwig texted me and said, do you want to go to a movie premiere? And I was like, yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Like I'll just hang out because I don't want to be home alone. I show up on time and I'm wearing a Zelda t-shirt with Koroks around my breast pocket. Everyone is wearing a tuxedo and there's real Hollywood people there. Ludwig didn't tell me. Okay, so I'm sitting there in the theater. People think I work there, by the way. I don't talk to anybody. I'm on my phone, like, refreshing my Instagram feed. Ludwig comes in, and he comes out of his car, and he's wearing a Red Bull sponsored shirt with LA Lakers Crocs. I look at him, and I'm saying, we are the biggest assholes here. So we walk in. The red carpet's already finished up. It's 15 minutes into the fucking movie. So that means two things. The movie's already begun, and also the snack place is completely free. Now, once again, I am a cheap ass fucker. So I'm grabbing 2 popcorns, I'm grabbing LaCroix, I'm grabbing all this shit, and Ludwig is doing the same thing. So we're carrying all this soda, walk up to the movie, and there's this girl waiting outside being like, oh my god, hey, Ludwig, right? Ludwig's like, yeah. And he's like, okay, your seat is in the middle. Front row. Middle. I don't know if you guys have been to a movie premiere, but it's not a big theater, okay? It's like all of these famous people. So we walk in, Zelda and Red Bull shirt, go to the front and sit in the middle. Literally, our heads are blocking the movie. Like, the projector has my fucking big-ass forehead on it. We sit in the movie. All right, embarrassing. We're eating our popcorn. Who cares? But I remember seeing Puss in Boots with Ludwig, and I forgot about one key detail about watching a movie with Ludwig. Something funny happens on screen. He doesn't go, he goes, ha! I swear, and the worst part is, he did that during parts that weren't funny. He literally honks. So we finished the movie. It's great. It was cute. It's on Max. I don't know why. I'm not even being paid by them, but it was cute. It was sweet. It's called Turtles All the Way Down. It was by John Green, the guy who made Fault in Our Stars. He's also a YouTuber. So he was there. So I got to meet John Green, which was really cool. I met all these people. All the actors were there. Now, this is a story for Ludwig to tell, and I won't spoil it, but I'll give you a preview. Ludwig had an interaction with one of the actors that caused the actor to leave the venue. I'm sure he's gonna tell the story. It had to do with his laugh. I'm not dropping the exclusive. It's Ludwig's story to tell. So anyway, we're out mingling, talking to people, and then there's these, there's these young kids, and they're like, oh my god, Ludwig, I'm such a big fan of you. Love this, love what you do, this, that. And it was sweet, it's nice to see that. And then I realized 5 minutes into the conversation, they think he's soda popping. They're referencing things before Ludwig was around, and they're talking about soda popping. So after that, Ludwig and I are having a laugh, and I was like, dude, how humbling is that? And then anyway, we see famous actress Kirsten Dunst, and she's just hanging around, and Ludwig and I tell Ludwig, I'm saying, is it weird? Because we're wearing, once again, Zelda and Red Bull. Is it weird for us to go and ask for a picture at a premiere? It would be so cringe. It's just a bunch of important people just standing around, doing regular shit. Okay, this is after the movie, everyone's having alcohol. So Ludwig's like, yeah, that's probably weird. But we should do it. So really put yourself at a party where Kirsten Dunst is there and you want a picture. What would be your approach? Because here's what we were gonna do. We really didn't want to be the guys that went up to her and said, hey, I liked you in Spider-Man. Like, we wanted to be cool. So we look on Wikipedia and we look up niche Kirsten Dunst movies. I swear to God, niche movies that we can reference. So Ludwig and I are standing in the corner looking at it. The movie landed on was called Virgin Suicides. So Ludwig and I rehearsed on what we were going to say. Ludwig and I are hanging around. She's talking to like four other girls, and we're hanging around. And Ludwig walks up to her. And I'm Kirsten Dunst. Ludwig walks up to her, looks at her, turns around, and says, I can't do it. He literally says, I can't do it. Something about the body language. So I'm like, no, we have to. As soon as we do it, we're just going to leave after. We have to do it. So we try again, Ludwig and me. And let me tell you, Ludwig, real here, I would never do this. I'm too much of a fucking coward. Kirsten Dunst turns to us, and Ludwig says, hey, this is so embarrassing to do, but this is my friend Squeex. First of all. And every single year, we love watching the Virgin Suicides. He oversold it. And you know what Kirsten Dunst, the first thing she said was, no, you don't. Oh no, she said, really? Every single year? So anyway, We take our fucking picture. We take 2 until we find one that she's happy with, frankly. We're just want to get out of here at this point. We take a picture, go home, look up what the virgin suicides is, look at each other and go, fuck. No, she kills herself in the movie. We should have just done Jumanji. We told her we watch you kill yourself every year. So anyway, it was all a bunch of fun. We got her picture. You know, it was unpaid intern was really fun. It was super hectic, but yeah, that was it. Yeah, she was great. She was super nice to us.